Up to this date, we have received our cash, we have received our property taxes, we have received that.
So all of his proposed cuts are proposals. We haven't actually, sure, he promised us a certain amount, and then we aren't going to get that. But everything that he's proposed to cut, to take away, because you said something about there being a 60% cut. We were going to lose 16% of our current budget. And that doesn't seem exactly right. So what it seems like is we're going to lose 16% of what he's promised us. But I don't trust the promises. I want the cash in my pocket.
Okay, 16% less than what we should receive based on the funding formula that the state gives us.
I had said that there's enough money for paychecks for this year. Is that coming from the state or are you saying the district has enough for paychecks?
The district has enough. We've been watching our cash flow every single day, actually. You know, but because we're in what's called the teeter plan here in Contra Costa County, the county actually fronts us a lot of our property taxes, which is a piece of revenue limit. We get property taxes to a certain point, about 34% of our revenue limit, and the state backfills the rest. But the county forwards us all the money, and then they go after these delinquencies, and that's how they make some money. But then we get the settle up in April, and getting that settle up gets us all the way till June. And what we're looking at is the possibility, if this doesn't get settled, we may have to start looking to borrow cash to get through 9/10. And the difference between the ending balance and cash is exactly what I was saying about apportionment. We might be entitled to $100 million of revenue limit funding, but we're not going to get it all at one time. We're going to get it over the 12-month period. But we still have 12 months of expenditures in the district, which would be more unique, because most of you are paid every month on a 12-month. Not all of you, but most of you. So we have about a $13 million, $10 to $13 million of expenditures every single month that's going out for us. So.
And next year it's anticipated that we are going to be able to continue that payment.
It's anticipated that we may have to borrow cash to do that, and that'll cost us money. That's what's anticipated right now. Again, depending on what they come out of the legislature or the governor's office on what they want to do.
On the slide that you showed the breakdown of the salary cost, what percentage is the administration? I saw the administrative cost slide.
We didn't have it broke out for administrative. I'll have to get that number for you. Because it was, when I looked at the first interim and did the breakdown, I went for certificated, and traditionally I show certificated classified benefits that way, but I can get that breakdown for you. Sure, I can get that for you, but I don't have it right on the top of my head.
You don't have any idea?
Not at this moment. Just remembering when I'm going to have to go, and I'll get that to you. It's a 9%.
We can have it posted on the website so you can download it.
That'd be all right. Okay, maybe before I get started, probably all of you, are probably sensing not only the dire need that we have here in our own district, but probably your own household. And I know I watch the news every day, and I also watch, as you get a little older, you look at your investments, you get a little closer to retirement, you wonder what you're going to have left at that particular time. And I look at my investments, and of course, they've been hurt quite a bit over this past year, just even in this last month. And I'm sure you look around, you look at people who are losing their jobs every day. Today, I guess Mason's announced that they're releasing 6,000 people, and people are hurt everywhere. And I think the only good side I see is right now, and I guess it's just my own mind, is we have a new president, and I think maybe with a new attitude towards things, some changes, hopefully in time we'll have some kind of a turnaround. But it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice on the part of everybody. And being part of CPAC, which is the HR directors throughout Contra Costa County, for the last several months, actually, at our meetings, they've been talking about their own districts and what's happening in their districts in terms of budget cuts that they're going to have to make. School districts like Alcalanes, I know they're looking at some tremendous cuts there, and they seem to have, I think, a foundation and donations that they get from their constituents, and it seems that even in districts like that, they're going to be hit pretty hard. And there are a lot of things that the districts are looking at. Furloughs is one thing that the state's done. I know that there's one district in Contra Costa County is looking at furloughs. I believe that was Oakley. And then we have just tremendous number of cuts in spending, looking at cutting out certain programs, sports. A lot of different things that I'm sure districts are contemplating. Some of them are already putting those things in process and taking those things to the board. We haven't taken anything to the board. I know Gary met with me just a little while ago. We have a regular meeting that we discuss a lot of things, and he was concerned about because at times like this, there's also a lot of rumors that go around, and he said there was a rumor, I guess, of prospects that we're just cutting out all prospects and cutting out all the teachers out there. And let me assure you, because we met the other day, nothing has been determined at this particular point in terms of cuts. No one, in terms of layoffs, no particular group, nothing has really, there's been a lot of discussion, but nothing has been said. You're always thinking about what are the possibilities. But one of the things that we want to do today is to look at the teachers and the classified staff that we have here in Antioch. I know last year we did this here, and we came up with a lot of good ideas. And sometimes it doesn't seem like much, but you throw out an idea, and all of a sudden you start thinking, oh, this might help. And you save $100,000 here, maybe $50,000 here, $20,000 here, and then somebody else has a good idea, and all ends up amounting to some kind of money that can really help us out. And hopefully with all of that, and I'm looking at in the last few days, I've gotten a number of people thinking about retirements, asking questions about retirements. You look at retirements, both in the classified sector and in the certificated sector, those kind of things help, because as those people leave, we have new, sometimes younger people coming in and replacing, and we save some money that way. There are a lot of different ways that we could be saving money, and all of that is going to help, so that way possibly we'll be saving jobs and maybe possibly saving programs. The fact that we have a healthy ending balance will be able to help us over the next 3 years. It's good to be in a business. I wish California had thought of something like that, maybe had some kind of reserve, or done something where at least the state had done a better job instead of leaving the problems to all of us, not only in Antioch, but all throughout the state, and having to try to figure out how we're going to get through this economic crisis that we have. So what we're going to be doing now is, all of you have received a card, and what I'd like you to do is take a few moments and see if you could kind of brainstorm, come up with some kind of idea. Maybe you've been thinking about some kind of an idea. It's a revenue-generating idea. I'm going to give you a crazy idea I thought about when I first came in here. I said, hey, this looks like a nice theater. What if we showed movies in here and sold popcorn and stuff like that on a weekly basis and made some money doing that? I mean, that's a far-fetched idea, but think out of the box. If you've got an idea, give us your ideas. And then if there's any kind of reductions, anything where you think we can be saving money in our district, put those ideas on paper. And what I'd like you to do, if you could do it, first of all, get an idea by yourself. And then what I'd like you to do is, if you could turn it and you work together and do it with about 3 or 4 people. We do this, I know, sometimes in negotiations, if we're working, do a little brainstorm.